I was sitting outside the other day. I had taken some mushroom gummies, which are, for the most part, accepted to contain an analog of psilocin, or however you say that. Kind of triggers your body into having a psychedelic trip in the exact same way that mushrooms do. But the placement of things in the garden in front of me made the flowers look like eyeballs on a snail. And I proceeded to have a conversation with the snail god, fearing that they would send their best. And so I'm thinking of a call to humanity, but then I'm thinking, you know what? Let's let the snails take over. They're all about the long game. They've been waiting for our downfall. But on a more serious note, extra perceptual experiences that people have often contain information that their subconscious is somehow aware of, and provide a delivery mechanism for this information, usually in the form of like an alien or like a dead loved one, or, you know, a snail god. And so I'm wondering, what does this mean? What does this mean? And truly, the act of intentionally setting up a system is going to translate into a property that this system demonstrates when it's observed. So the placement of the stuff in the garden, along with several other factors that go into gardening, directly influenced this, kind of little waking dream I had. And I think that when consciousness doesn't have to adhere to the default network mode, all of the other range of materials for world building become available to the human mind. What we do normally is we take electromagnetic radiation between purple and red, and we take sound waves between 20 and 20,000 hertz and stuff. There's much more to it than that. So the filtering system that evolution gave us provides us with tools to observe what people would call the physical world. But that's just it. Physics only describes a very small amount of what the physical world actually is. So just beneath what many call the veil are, living and non-living entities that can influence things. And you can see them in sidewalks, you can see them in paintings, it's like you just got to be in tune with it, your brain and your soul. And if you want to, it's easy. Your soul will automatically align with it. But you got to affect the way that different parts of your brain communicate with themselves, just like punching in a certain channel on a TV remote. So that's how the psychedelics led me to my conversation with the snail god. And I learned that, the manifestations of things in life are dependent on the way that those things were set up. If those flowers had been arranged in a different position, or, and so it wasn't like it was intentionally drawn to be a snail. That is the symbol. That is the symbol that took form in a visual experience that was a result of non-local dimensional rules that were put in place based on gardening in this instance. You know what I mean? That was a different situation that directly led to my situation.